Thank you, Doctor, for being here. We know Secretary Kennedy's all in modernization while we're waiting for these user fees to be reauthorized. What are we doing in the meantime of getting ready for, dealing with the atmosphere that we're in today? What are we doing?
Thank you. Are you asking me how we're preparing for the user
Yes.
fee negotiations?
Right.
Yes, thank you. So as we do every cycle for the user fees, obviously for AMUFA, we're here to talk about the reauthorization. For the other user fees, we do have internal processes that we undertake to think about the next agreements and what we would like to propose. And of course, those would be discussed with Dr. McCary. I believe the notices of our public meetings for July are already out, and so we'll have those public meetings and engage the public on those user fees.
Thank you. We've already talked a little bit about dyes, some things, sweeteners that go into a lot of our over-the-counter drugs. You go into these places and the drugstores look like a candy store, and they're enticed to be marketed in certain ways because of the color. Do we have, what kind of priorities do we have on labeling of, number one, what goes into the, some of the over-counter drugs, where they're made? I've looked at a lot of bottles and things inside our stores, and you can't find out whether they're made in Korea, whether they're made in China, or whether they're made in the United States. Shouldn't that be a priority?
Thank you for that question. One thing when we think about where a drug is made, we are committed to making sure that wherever the drug is made and if it's being marketed is safe. So we apply the same standards, whether it's made domestically or it's made internationally. We certainly are very supportive. I know the administration is looking to onshore pharmaceutical manufacturing, and that would be for prescriptions or for OTC, and we're very supportive of that, and we'll work with them in terms of our regulatory frameworks to help make that happen. But right now, we don't have a labeling on the drug for where it's made. We're happy to work with you if that's a priority.
Well, I think in the future, with the problems we're having worldwide, I think it'd probably be a good suggestion that people, when they go in, they find out where it's made. We found out during COVID we don't make much anymore. Most of it comes from China, and we really don't know what's in it. We're finding out now a lot of metals and things are in a lot of the drugs and even the foods that we have. Another question I had about sunscreen. Most of us use sunscreen. I don't know how it's evaluated, but over the years, last 50 years, melanoma and skin cancers have almost quadrupled. And I don't know whether people don't use it or it's not working, or we get some kind of skin cancer from ingredients that are in sunscreens, because all of us use it at some point. Doesn't really feel safe every time I put it on, but I put it on because sometimes, you look at the worst case scenario. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, thank you for that. First of all, we're very aware that, skin cancer risk is a very serious and problem. And the sunscreens we have, the testing does say they are effective if used properly. And some of our tests, when we're testing for systemic absorption, is how you use them. We do have 2 sunscreens that are mineral sunscreens that are grass. They're not absorbed. For those that absorbed, we've asked for additional tests just to assure their safety, that systemic absorption has no untoward effects.
Are we looking into the ingredients that are so-called cancer causers? I would hope we would be.
Yes.
We hear it and read it all the time.
Sorry to interrupt. Yes, and part of the testing that we want to do whenever a drug is absorbed and it reaches systemic levels is a test for tumor formation.
Yeah. Thank you. I yield back.
Senator Kane.